Hey Pixeles, ¿cómo están? Soy Diana Monser y bueno, estoy aquí sentada al lado de Joseph Seed de Far Cry 5, Greg Brick, que es el que interpreta a este villano en Far Cry 5, así que estoy súper emocionada de estar aquí, de hacer algunas preguntas de cómo ha sido su experiencia, así que ustedes también van a poder disfrutar de esta entrevista. Hi, how are you?
Excellent, muy bien.
Muy bien, genial. Your entrance was amazing. Did you feel afraid of the helicopter?
No. I did a little bit. Yeah, yesterday we did it once yesterday, and it was a bit bumpy in the sky. But today was very smooth. But in the game, at the very beginning, the helicopter crashes, and I survived. So I kind of felt that even if we crashed, I would be okay.
So, have you ever worked acting in a video game before?
I've never acted in a video game, and to be honest, when I was first approached about auditioning for the game, I said no because I didn't realize how sophisticated the writing was and how well drawn the characters were. I remember when I was a kid, it was like Atari and Activision, And then they sent me a monologue, one of Joseph Seed's monologues, and it was beautiful. It was sort of an origin story of how he started and as a young father and losing his wife, and a really heartbreaking story, and I related to it really closely as a man who was a young father himself. 23 and 23. So it was, I felt a real kinship with the character in a lot of ways, and I went and I auditioned for Dan Heyy. They responded to my tape, and they cast me as the father, and it's been incredible. I can't believe how creatively fulfilling it's been, and also how much fun it's been to play in this world. It really is extraordinary.
Tell me about the whole experience to working with Far Cry 5.
Well, it was exciting to be a part of Far Cry 5 because even though I don't know video games that well, I knew that franchise, and I knew specifically that the villains were really iconic. They had both, in 3 and 4, had created iconic villains, so it was nice to be a part of a game that a lot of people cared about. Trying to create order in what's the chaos of the modern world, to me, was really interesting, and we went to some very dark and real emotional places with the character. I think it'll be, the difference will be more apparent when the game gets released and people get to play with it. It kind of felt like I was shooting a movie within a game. I mean, there's this amazing, the gameplay for Far Cry 5 is extraordinary. I mean, the player gets to do wild things and great yeehaw moments and, riding different vehicles and the guns and the fangs for hire and the guns for hire, and all of that I knew was the world around what to me was a very simple story, which was very cinematic. The way we shot it was very cinematic. The way it's realized is very cinematic. So it's the player is going to get the benefit of almost living in a movie and having an active authorship in that movie. So it's a very unique process, I think.
What was your first impression when you read the script of Joseph Seed?
The first time, the first writing that I saw was this beautiful monologue that I addressed to the player that actually is in the game, in a version of it where I talk about being a young father, pregnant, my wife and I with our first child, and my wife, I'm working hard and I'm terrified because I don't think I measure up as a man for the responsibility of what's to come, and I lose my wife in a car accident. I'm left with this baby and I'm forced to make this horrifying choice, but I hear the word of God and I know the path I have to take. And it was, the writing is, the emotional arc is so big, it's almost Shakespearean. I mean, it really is about family, it's about life, it's about death, it's the violence of the human heart, and particularly Joseph, a character that grew up in the orphanage system and never had the insulation that love and family gives you. So now that I've created or put together a family again, it means everything, and it's something that I would die for and something that I would kill for as well. So the stakes are very high for the character. Tremendous fun to play. Plus I like being bad, I'm not gonna lie.
So could you please describe Joseph Seed in just one word?
Dangerous.
Did you ever feel uncomfortable with any scene or line that you have to interpret as Joseph?
Yes and no. I was uncomfortable because blessedly they put me in the most uncomfortable emotional positions. We went really dark. I think players might even be shocked by some of the emotional places we take this character. But insofar as the way lines were written, Drew, who was the lead writer on this, and I had a really wonderful shorthand collaboration, and they gave me great freedom to bring in elements of my life, or if there was a phrasing that didn't feel right to me, we would sort of change it or massage it, and there was a great dance that they led, but I was able to sort of find my own music in it too. Well, the motion capture was interesting because you're in a little, like a tight bodysuit with very fetching, actually. I don't know why people don't wear them in the streets more. But you have a suit with dots, all these dots, and the cameras catch those dots in your motion. And then you have a headgear, which is really like an orthodontist stick lines, I think. And, so my teeth would be very straight afterwards. But it's this bar across your face with a camera and 2 lights in your face. So imagine when you're doing this interview, you have a bar and the camera's right there. And it's uncomfortable at first. It feels a bit weird. But then it catches everything. Like, you have a close-up on you at all times. So if your performance is truthful, it's going to catch that. And then I trust and hope, because I haven't seen really much, but I know that the talented artists that realize this and bring it, that generate the computer images, I think can catch the very spirit of it. So,
Want to try some Spanish? You told me that you speak Spanish a little bit. Could you say, please, subscribe to Pixelbox, to my channel in Spanish?
Yeah, we're going to try this. We're going to do it. We're going to get it done. What is the first word?
Suscríbete.
Suscríbete.
Yes.
Suscríbete.
A Pixelbox.
A Pixelbox. Suscríbete a Pixelbox.
Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you.